Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. I'm literally recording this straight after I beat the new stage 5 against the Metacooler core in the Wicked Bloodline edition of Red Zone, because I really wanted to see what the stats were, considering I saw LO Metacooler pre-super, mind you. Also he was sealed, so no super was coming, but still, with 300k defense, take 13 million on a super. So I had to find this out. Don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe if you're new, especially if this is useful. As I said, we are on Dokkan's Twitter, so I will leave his link in the description down below, but it is the post from Luke Niente Data, so I'll also leave his link in the description down below, because then you can check out the post for yourself. So the first enemy you face, of course, is the Metacooler army, which, as I found out, and unwillingly, the Whis, because I didn't know what was coming for me and kind of wasted, you have to survive 9 charges against him, so 3 turns in total, and then you just move on to the Metacooler core. You don't beat the army, you just have to survive, which I think, especially because you can super attack twice, which I also found out for myself, is a little bit scumbaggish. Dokkan. That's a bit of a dangerous one, and it's no surprise you can't kill them, because look at the health. Yeah, so they can do 230k on a basic, which isn't too bad when you consider you know, units that have guard, damage reduction, starting defense, building up passives. You know, some units have like 200k defense, so the basic shouldn't do too much, especially if you raise defense on super as well. Units that stack, things like that, so that's not too bad. Obviously, you know, if you were to take LRSSJ, Dokkan G, which I hope you would take them nowhere near this, if they don't get the additional super off, this may hurt them. 58k defense, but I mean, literally the health bar is just too big. Like, you're not meant to kill them, you're just meant to survive. They also lower defense by 40% for 3 turns. Dokkan, you scumbags! So you make an unkillable enemy that you have to survive for 3 turns, which isn't the longest, but you have to survive for 3 turns. That can also lower your defense, which means it's more likely you can die, and they also do 644k on super, which is the majority of most teams' health bars. Combined with the fact they can super attack you twice, which means they can lower a unit's defense by 40% for 3 turns twice! Dokkan, you bastards! I see you! An unkillable enemy you have to survive that can super attack potentially twice in a turn, lower a unit's defense twice, or just lower 2 units defense twice for 3 turns by 40%, my ad, and do 644k on a super. If you don't, do you know what? If you don't take a pretty well defensive team for that first phase, you could generally be wet, absolutely wiped in the first turn if you're not careful, and if you're quite unlucky. But 10% chance to do 1 less attack, number of attacks 11, can't be stunned, can't be sealed. However, you can lower their attack, which is actually quite handy here when you consider, you know, trying to avoid much damage on a super while you survive, and you can lower the defense, not that it really matters. One good thing though, you can dodge and you can counter. So, you know, if you are going to take like Power Beyond the Super Saiyan, Fused Fighters, you know, teams like that have like the LRSJ4s, the Gods, especially when they turn into the Blues, you know, you can dodge, you can counter SSJ4 EZAs, EZA SJ4 Gogeta. That is a potential thing you can do, which is nice. And then you have the Metacooler core, who has 58 million HP, 430k on a basic. I mean, I'm not surprised, bearing in mind LR Janemba wasn't fully built up. He only built up his passive once, but still 56, 57k on a basic with a unit that has guard. Yeah, okay, makes sense. 100k defense, raises attack by 30% for 1 turn. Damn, so that means, you know, even if, you know, the best unit possible, if you will, like for me, AGL Golden Freezer gets supered, soaks up all that damage. The basic attacks are doing even more damage for the remainder of the turn, and again, the wrong unit gets absolutely bullied. That could put you in a tight spot. Okay, I see you. 1.634 million on super. No wonder LR Metacooler took 13 million damage. No wonder he took so much damage. I mean, good thing I was playing for the revive, otherwise the run was done. Damn, okay, that's a lot of damage. I mean, first off, you have to survive the army that you can't kill, who can lower your defense by 40% 3 times, super attack twice and do it again, and do 644k damage, and then you want to make the core do 1.634 million? Damn, I mean, a good thing that, you know, the transforming caller has an easy A, can stack defense, transform him, stacks attack, has support prior to transforming. LR final form, LR final form caller stacks defense. Also has a plethora of additionals where he greatly raises defense. Because he was probably the main reason why I beat that. Because while having Type of Edge doing that much damage with a 90% friend LR final form caller, he mollywhopped the caller core. Like, fully mollywhopped the cooler core. 11% chance to do one less attacks. SA chance 17%. Max 1 per turn. Okay. I mean, I didn't know this. I didn't see one, but maybe I just got lucky. But no, he can only... Okay, that makes sense. I mean, can you imagine if the cooler core super attacks you twice in one turn while raising attack and doing 1.634 mil on a super? Okay, good thing we managed to avoid that. I forgot to mention the cooler army has a 20% chance to super attack you. That's actually relatively kind of high. For red zone. 8 attacks, damage reduction 70%. I mean, I was gonna say these guys don't have damage reduction, but it makes sense because of the fat health bar. Can't be stunned, can't be sealed. You can't lower attack and defense like usual, which means easy A callers, easy A transforming callers additional will never come off unless you have dupes. Of course, I said this when using him. Okay, yeah, he has a 60% chance to seal. I mean, at least it isn't guaranteed. With some units you get sealed against Metacooler Core are in for like you need to pray they do not get supered and you have Weeses. Otherwise they're taking a lot of damage, especially if they rely on raising their defense on super. But once again, you can still dodge and you can still counter them. So again, year 7s can still be useful here while doing as much damage as they can do. Because the blues can still dodge them, the Gogeta can still counter them, the Easy 8 LRS 4 Goku and Vegeta can also counter them. That's straightforward. Vegeta would actually do quite well here. Type of Edge, massive raise defense on 18 key, counters, active. Okay, I mean, but no wonder why LR Metacooler Core took so much damage. As I said, 1.634 mil on a super, but it is quite nice that you can, they've kind of implemented on a lot of the more recent Red Zone stages that you can actually dodge and counter. Considering before Red Zone, at least the newer stages, there was literally no event apart from ESBR and Super Battle Road where you could actually do that. So I think it's nice that they've kind of put that in. But yeah, I mean, I dread the day that you can potentially seal or debuff a boss because that means their super attack damage is going to be insane. I mean, it already is insane, but like way higher than this. But damn, yeah, he does a lot of damage on super. In this phase, as I said, you just have to survive, and Dokkan is doing everything in their power to make you not survive. Potential of 2 supers, lowering defense by 40% for 3 turns, 644 damage on super. Yeah, Dokkan doesn't want you to survive this bit, and that's what you have to do for 3 turns. Damn. Okay, I mean, that is the stats for stage number 5 against the Metacooler Army and the Metacooler Core. Let me know how you're finding the new stage. Let me know if you've beaten it. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. And peace.